Is it starting running? Looks good. Good day. My name is Martin Schweiger and I'm a patent attorney in Singapore and also a powerlifter, competing powerlifter, I must say, because I'm competing again. And there is a difference between just doing powerlifting and competing. I'm very proud of that, you know. So, today is Thursday, the 6th of March 2025. It's now 1:20 p.m. I've just done my morning work, mostly meetings, but also some content creation. And I'm going for my daily walk. And I'm sharing again. It's a very nice weather for walking in Singapore because it's raining. And yes. So many things happened. I was in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia and I'm now back. And yeah, everything is so different when you are in Malaysia and in Singapore. I go there. Traffic light green then.
वीडियो बनाइए वीडियो
I have a few things to tell. I mean, I'm doing my walk as part of my metabolic health training, and it helped well so far. Actually, this daily walk, I would say, is responsible for 80% of the metabolic health in my life. And the other one is my continuous blood glucose meter that teaches me what not to eat. Namely, all those foods that create a spike in the blood sugar. Because that would create a spike in the insulin, and insulin is causing all sorts of problems in the body. Today is Thursday, which means is the day after my dry fasting day, which is the Wednesday, and Tuesday was my water fasting day. Okay, in both days I've not fasted for a very long time. Only maybe 13 hours or so. But at least I've done something. And I was a bit frustrated because after such a long time of fasting and doing all, exposing my body to changes in the food and in the movement, I cannot measure any ketones anymore in my urine. And that can have two reasons. Number one, my body is not in ketonic mode, which I doubt. Because if you ask a friend, then they would say that you can smell some ketonic breath is metallic Or I can see also that my body weight goes down. So today in the morning, my body weight was 107.2 kg, which is 3 kg less than 6 weeks ago. That's a quite good indicator that something is different. And if fat is burned, which is the reason for weight loss after my 2 fasting days, one of the reasons, then that must have been done by running on ketones. So the other explanation is that my body is in ketonic mode, but it is not as pronounced, I would say, as it was when I started with this fasting protocols, which means that only so many ketones are produced that the body can run on it, but not more that would eventually spill over into the urine. I'm not sure. So what I did is I ordered 2 other test methods for ketones. One is a finger prick device with sticks that test the blood, similar to the blood glucose, whether or not there are ketones in the blood, and if yes, how many. That should be quite reliable. And I also ordered a breath analyzer for ketones. And I will compare those with a measurement in my urine and then derive insights into my body. I have today also installed a new continuous glucose meter because I'm just back from my journey to Malaysia, and it's a good reason to put the starting point of my 24 weeks weight loss journey today. So I have a measurement. It's not immediately after the competition where I was down to a body weight of 102.2 kg, because that's really without the water and glycogen and everything that contributes to water weight. My goal would be that I reach an entirely water empty body weight of 90 kg in 6 months from now, which is moderate. If you see this, you can join me anytime. I will share with you how it goes for me and maybe that helps also you. Installing the blood glucose meter helps me to find out sources of energy that would cause blood glucose spikes, which are so bad for the entire body. The 24 weeks will not be, how to say, a dire period similar to what I went through during the 5 weeks before my powerlifting competition last week. Those 5 weeks, and I needed to lose 8 kg just in point for the competition, are very different. Now the 24 weeks, I do not have a competition, so no need to play with my water weight. I can just do my 2 or 3 weekly strength trainings, my daily walk, and 2 or 3 high intensity exercises. Yeah, maybe. But just good cardio is enough. What I want is a nice and steady weight loss achieved by a calories deficit of altogether 70,000-80,000 calories over 6 months. That translates to about 2,000 or 3,000 calories saved per week. That translates to a diet for 2,200 calories per day when I eat. So it's all about eating less and still training, and also eating the right things. So I will mainly eat fiber, protein and fat, and I try to cut down also on the fat, because that comes with a lot of energy. Needless to say that I'm looking into healthy fats, which means unsaturated fats from plants or animals that eat plants, like grass-fed beef and wild-caught fish such as mackerel, sardines, what else? Tuna maybe, more the fatty ones. I also take supplements for that, because the overall goal for the next 6 months is also to get my lipid panel under control, under full control. And that includes that I need more omega-3. If I eat fatty meat, then it should be very healthy fat from meat that has seen grass or plants. So I can eat pork, but pork should be lean, because nowadays there's no more pork that is not fat grain. So, but I can eat pork. So that's the plan. I have a weekly shopping list with consumables that I need to monitor. So these are only the two: fats and protein. I can eat as much fresh vegetable as I like. And that would be mainly cabbage that I cook. I love cabbage. Onions, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower. Shall we say Blumenkohl? Blumenkohl. Cauliflower. Yeah. Spinach, I mainly consume frozen spinach. Then also I eat quite a lot of garlic and also bell peppers. Actually, it's mouth-watering when I tell you my shopping is because I haven't eaten yet today. I'm on intermittent fasting, that's another thing. In addition to my 2 fasting days, Tuesday and Wednesday, I do intermittent fasting, which means I start eating at 2 p.m. and finish before 8 p.m. There's a massive cut down on alcohol. Essentially, I will be able to count the days per month where I drink alcohol. Funny enough, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday will be 2 such days because tomorrow is the German evening Singapore, first Friday of the month, and there will be alcohol, there will be carbohydrates, there will be the things you don't want. But on the other hand, I need these social events because that gives me a lot of joy in my life. So I'm organizing these. Same on Saturday. I organize a barbecue dinner with some of my friends. And where there are social events for Westerners, there is alcohol. That's for sure. But okay, I can limit that. And then the other days, not drink alcohol. I just mentioned it because it's really important to cut out the alcohol, because alcohol can prevent the body for up to 3 days to not switch into ketonic mode. And what I also can see is, my Oura ring, by the way, I don't have measurement from my Oura ring for the past 3 days or 4 because I forgot my Oura ring charger in Singapore. So it ran out of battery and there's no update, only since today when I have my charger back. The Oura ring is helpful because it measures the sleep quality. And what I can really say is that one of the big disadvantages of drinking alcohol is the disadvantage of drinking alcohol is that the sleep quality goes down, and not only a bit. You can really see the difference between a night with even a little bit of alcohol and a night, the evening before you had alcohol, and then compare with an evening where there was no alcohol, and you can really see the difference. the resting heart rate goes up by at least 10-15%, then there's more movement, then oxygen, blood oxygen overnight is not as good. And there are other physiological measurements that are worse. And the Oura ring detects it and gives you a rating for your sleep quality. So it's convincing, I would say. Which brings me to my next point. Yeah, just let's summarize me.
By the way, I'm not getting
Yes.
you back. I need to buy the buggy.
So I'm all done for my 24 weeks. I have a starting weight. Once I'm back, I will also measure my body fat, my visceral body fat, which I want to bring down mainly. I have a measurement for my strength, which is the max weights that I've done in the last competition. Because when I lose weight, I don't want to lose strength, right? So at least at the end of the 6 months, I want to lift the same weight. What else can I measure? That makes sense. Actually, not much. The weight loss per week in fat is 500 grams. So measuring my body weight from week to week doesn't really make sense, because my up and down because of water would be 2 kg. So that's the noise. The water fluctuations are the noise, and inside that water fluctuation there is the declining body weight. As a measurement engineer can tell you, that doesn't make sense. So you need a different measurement. So I go for my bathroom scales and the fat measurement function. And watch that one. I believe it should go down by, so if you have my body weight 106 per week, I decline hopefully by 500 grams body fat. So the overall measurement, that is a bit less than 0.5%. So the current visceral fat should go down 0.5% per week. Which is 2% per month. And 2% per month is something that you can see, because it's about more than the measurement precision of my bathroom scales. 2%. Yeah. Now we come to another issue, which is again so much noise. What is my philosophy? I'm a measurement and control engineer. I believe in statistics, and so if I take supplements, then I would only take supplements for things that I can measure, like blood values for my lipid panel. So next time I measure would probably be around July or so. And then probably I would be something like 8 kg lighter. And that should be visible in my lipid panel. And then probably I would also have a new measurement value for my vitamin D. Because after my last measurement in January, I stopped taking vitamin D supplements because I exceeded the upper threshold of what is normal in the population. And that also brings me to a new point. A friend of mine recommended to me to take a probiotic supplement. And I'm a bit reluctant to take that one because I don't really have symptoms that suggest that I have a problem with my gut with my gut health. I rather would not take it because my food is okay, I think. I'm eating natural probiotics. In the form of yogurt. And I believe that should be enough. But I also found, when I did some research, there are tests available for testing your gut health. One of the tests I've already mentioned was in the episode 2 days ago. It was very loud here. So the episode was 2 days ago. About Dr. Pradeep, the cardiologist, who takes poop samples in order to find out whether arterial plaque can be explained in a person that has no warning signs of metabolic disorder, such as diabetes, for example. And that can come from bacteria that went up from the colon, where they should remain, feeding on fibers that are there. And they went up to the small intestine and maybe even to the stomach. And now they eat what is there. And that can happen. And you measure that by giving these patients glucose, and you measure whether the body produces hydrogen, because that hydrogen would come from bacteria in the stomach and small intestine that shouldn't be there. And once identified, it will tell you that these bacteria have no reason to be in the colon, and that means that they have somehow already broken through the walls of the colon and caused inflammation throughout the body, which caused the plaque in the arteries. So, if that is the case, I would really go for probiotics. But not only that, also for prebiotics. It's a different substance, supplement. But for the time being, I don't see a reason why I would take probiotic supplements. And actually, why I would pay for probiotic supplements. I would rather pay for a test that can tell me whether or not my gut is in a good shape. And only when I have the test result would I do a 2, 3, 4 or 6 months program trying to improve the test result. So that's where I'm coming from. I have a final remark. I've developed a GPT. Oh, so loud here. Based on ChatGPT, and I have trained that GPT with hundreds of scientific articles about metabolic health. And if I give you the link of that GPT, you can use it for yourself. Maybe I go here. So my GPT is trained on metabolic health, but also on measures that you can take in order to improve metabolic health. It can read blood test results from scanned images, can read PDF and also screen copies, can evaluate tables, data tables with your health data. It can give you advice on body weight gain or loss. I used it for developing a strategy to handle my body weight in the final week before the competition. It gave me very good advice, plus a shopping list of the food that I need to buy to survive the competition in good shape. And I put the link to that GPT into the description, but I'm not sure whether YouTube would allow that, putting a link into the description. If it does, then you will have it if you click down. And you can just ask that GPT anything that relates to your body. Also to weightlifting in general, of course. Like what to eat when you want to build muscles or lose fat, and how. Oh, that's also a nice neighborhood, very quiet. Yeah, I will come back to that GPT at a later time. I have another, how much? 15 minutes or so to go to finish my round for today. And I'm already looking forward to my, number one, my visceral fat, or body fat measurement in general. Then the break of the intermittent fasting. I will have a very nice piece of salmon or grass-fed beef, probably a beef patty with some onions. Yes, there's time. Up. I believe the battery somehow went empty from my gimbal. Let's be there. Bye. Goodbye.